Well, this month alone, several countries are celebrating 2 decades of bilateral ties with Korea. And today, we mark 20 years of diplomatic relations with Belarus, a nation situated right in between Poland and Russia.
We're fortunate to have the Belarus ambassador to Korea here in our studios to get to know her and her country a little bit better. Welcome, Ambassador.
Thank you.
So we've had ties between Belarus and Korea for about 20 years, and you've been here in Korea for about 4 months as ambassador. And what struck you about Korea in the first few months of being here?
It is the people, very hearty, very warm, very welcoming. What I like about Korea is that Korea lives in the 21st century. And living in the 21st century, Korea preserves its culture, its tradition, its very rich history. This is impressive. This is something I would like to convey to my compatriots. This is something we should learn from Korea.
I'm very sure that your predecessor must have told you something about Korea. What kind of advice did he give you, and what will you be focusing on during your stay here as an ambassador?
Yes, my predecessor told me a lot about this country, teaching me the tiny tricks which you should know when you come to a new country. But he always insisted that this is the most friendly nation. And when you are going to be frank and open with the Koreans, they would be the same vis-à-vis you. This is what I'm trying to do. As far as my focus as ambassador is, it is always developing bilateral relations. And first of all, people-to-people contacts. This is the basis of every diplomacy and the basis of every cooperation.
I know a lot of people in Korea may not be so familiar with Belarus, and I'm sure it's a little bit similar in Belarus. They're not that familiar with Koreans. Has the K-pop fever reached over to Belarus, or are there more efforts being made to, on the ground level, to have more people get to know each other?
The Korean drama is more popular these days in my country. Before coming here, I was looking into internet, and I found out that about 1/3 of movies you can watch on the internet in Russian are Korean drama.
Wow.
Yes, I like it very much.
Arirang TV and your country will be exchanging programs starting next week.
Right.
But any particular program do you think will appeal to our Korean viewers or Arirang viewers?
Probably the program which is dedicated to the Belarusian history and architecture. We have preserved medieval architecture, which is very specific even for Europeans. I hope it would be very much liked by the Korean people.
Korea and Belarus have both been partners and competitors in the world economy, especially in the field of technology. And we hear that recently 2 countries have been closely collaborating in research and education. What's in it for both of our countries in this relationship?
I wouldn't say that today we are competing. We are rather complementing each other. It is the level of basic science which is most attractive for the Korean partners, and it is the possibility to introduce and quickly introduce new technologies into production, which appeals to my compatriots. And with the idea to marry these 2 possibilities, we established a joint research center between Korea and Belarus in the capital of my country, in Minsk. We hope very much that our cooperation in science and technology within the framework of this center would be profitable for both the countries.
Back here in the country, what's the one big event that your embassy holds every year, and what should we look forward to if we're one of the lucky guests?
The most spectacular event that we arrange together with the Seoul municipality, is our participation in the festival High Seoul. Every year, a folklore group comes from Belarus to participate in this festival. And what we do too, we cook the Belarusian meals, which turn out to be very popular among the Korean people, which I like very much.
Do you make the draniki?
Yes, we do.
I
And we
looked that
invite
up.
you.
The fact that it's made out of potato, I'm a fan of that.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to your coming to the festival to taste what we are going to cook there.
Definitely, definitely. Well, women have made major strides here in Korea. As you know, we have two political leaders. They're the leaders of major political parties here in the country. As a woman in power, what do you make of this phenomenon, and how is the women's status in Belarus?
We have about 1/3 of deputies in our parliament, women. We have a lot of women in the state bodies. We have women in politics too. And being a woman ambassador is not something totally new in my country. The politics of the Belarusian government is directed at supporting the family and giving a woman an opportunity to develop herself. Anyway, I was very happy to learn that two ladies are going to head the greatest political parties in this country. I like this saying. I like to quote Miss Hillary Clinton. She says that to achieve something in this world, a woman has to work twice as hard as men, which in the long run is not difficult. So, success attend you, girls.
Right.
Yes, thank you very much for, well, that's all the time we have for now, but thank you so much for your answers. I hope you enjoy the rest of the stay here in Korea.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it.
And we're looking forward to those potato pancakes.
Do please. Thank you.
Well, let's now get a closer look at the IT and industry cooperation and partnerships between Korea and Belarus.
You may not have been aware, but there is a lot of activity buzzing between our two countries. Let's take a look.
This is a system semiconductor company in Mapogu, Seoul. The people in charge of the core technology used for the company's products are none other than a group of scientists from Belarus.
Use and many manufacturers in Korea use this device. This device is for file breaker, yeah, made in Korea. Yeah, we already receive and use this IC.
That's from Belarus.
Yeah, it's from Belarus, right? Yeah. Belarus has a sufficient level, but maybe not higher than Korea. But anyway, because we use many products from Belarus, our company use and sell to Korea market many products from Belarus. Yeah.
The outstanding technology from Belarus is making a great contribution to Korea's IT sector.
그 반도체에서도 특정 그 아날로그 분야는 우리나라가 상당히 취약합니다. 그래서 그 부분을 이제 전량 다 수입에 의존하고 있는데 제가 이제 그 과학자들을 영입해서 국산화하는 그런 업무를 하고 있고 최근에는 이제 자동차 쪽에 들어가는 반도체 중심으로 그 벨라루스 인력들이 개발하고 있고.
The company's growth can be attributed to the two countries' partnership in the field of science and technology.
우리가 이제 부족한 부분을 커가고 있는 것이기 때문에 오히려 많은 도움은 되죠. 근데 이제 조금 문화적인 차이 때문에 일하는 스타일이라는 차이가 있어 그런데 이제 저 사람들도 이제 한국에서 근무하면서 많이 이제 숙달이 되니까 한국 문화에 대해서.
My country has very high education, very high education level, but fabrics in our country are not so modern. I can very easy to make my ideas with high technology, but I cannot do it in Belarus.
The Belarusian employees live in an apartment provided by the company.
Oh, hi. Welcome.
A special dinner has been prepared to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between Korea and Belarus. Here, everyone gets to enjoy the traditional food of the two countries while learning about each other.
중요한 거는 서로 문화가 틀리기 때문에 서로 이 문화를 공유하는 게 굉장히 중요하거든요. 그래서 그 한국 문화를 이해하고 한국 음식을 이해하고 또 우리도 이제 그쪽의 문화나 음식을 이해하고 그걸 맞추기 위해서 이런 자리를 자주 마련해야 된다고 생각해요. 반갑습니다.
What is this?
It's a Belarusian traditional food, soup, like kind of soup. It's called borscht.
Borscht. No spicy. No spicy.
What started as an exchange in science and technology has blossomed into an understanding of each other's culture.
Korea has big potential on this field of science. Yeah, I think we will do it.
Exchanges between Korea and Belarus are taking place in all sectors. They will lay the foundation for an even more steadfast friendship that awaits the two nations in the next 20 years and more.